This episode is brought to you by The Green Knight, a fantasy role-playing game.
What?
It's the official board game of The Green Knight movie. Available at a24.com right now.
Are we officially sponsored?
Just define sponsored.
The thing we've been trying to do this whole time.
Yeah, like,
Okay.
are we officially the A24 boys now?
Did they ask me to do this? No. Are we being paid to do this? No. Did I buy this? And am I hawking this because I love The Green Knight so much? Yes.
Did it come with that chainmail?
Did I buy the chainmail too? Yes.
So you're about $80 into this bit.
It's a role-playing game.
You look fucking
I'm role-playing as the A24 Knight.
You look fucking ridiculous right now.
Take a sword to me, and we'll see who's
To your
fucking
neck.
fashionable.
I think you'll have a lot of fun playing it with yourself, and that's it.
Yeah, can you play it by yourself?
Name a board game you can play by yourself.
Mousetrap.
Every fucking week, new movies get released. How does anyone ever see these? There are too many movies.
Welcome to There Are Too Many Movies, ladies and gentlemen, and you already know what time it is.
Oh, shit.
Shit.
1 year hence.
That was when we watched the trailer.
Yes.
Probably longer than that.
It was literally a year ago.
That the
we
Green
watched-
Knight just up and told us straight up, 1 year hence, you're going to come all over your own belt watching
Yup.
this movie.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. And this week we talked about The Green Knight. But before we talk about The Green Knight, we're going to talk about what we've been watching.
Alex,
Hello.
Alex, what have you been watching?
get it out of the fucking way.
Let's speed run this shit, bro.
Nothing but RuPaul's Drag Race.
Great.
Okay.
I watched it on a whim last week, and I mentioned it. I watched season 1 of RuPaul's All Stars because I hadn't watched any of the regular stuff, and I just wanted to see the best of the best. And I've now watched everything on Hulu,
Yeah.
and it's really fucking good.
And a serious question, Alex. Do you appreciate the art of drag now that like you've watched all these so many series about drag?
Well, I mean, just like anything else that I just watch on TV, you know, I haven't like immersed myself in the culture, but just like at a glance, it's so clear that there's like multiple aspects to the show. There's whatever drag they do that week, which is already insanely creative and takes a ton of work. And then there's the challenges in the drag, and then there's like the performances. So there's like 3 different things per episode for every.
It's performance art, though,
Yeah.
like 100%.
Oh, absolutely. But like, do you have a favorite type of drag now that you like? Because I remember Dragula was something that you were watching. It was more of like
Yeah.
a gothic drag.
Yeah,
So,
that was like horror drag where they're like got
Right.
like guts spilled out and shit like that.
So what's your vibe? What are you more feeling?
I like trashy drag.
Okay.
Like the ones where they try to look like I like when they come out on stage and they're like, hi, and then they spread their legs and a baby pops out. Like, it's just great.
Wow.
It's all
That's
around
deep.
great.
That's deep. So,
And
anything else?
I've just been getting into, you may have noticed my fashion today.
I've noticed, and can I just say right now, you look ridiculous.
First of all.
yeah, your shirt.
Yeah, thank you for noticing. It's a tactic called peacocking.
Yeah, I think you brought up peacocking last time when you wore like a full lime green iridescent outfit.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mastered it by now.
You're
mean-
definitely sticking out. I don't know if you're sticking out in a good way.
I looked up most complicated shirt on Google, and I just bought the first one. And I'm really proud of it, and I'm going to rock this, I think, every episode from now on.
Okay.
You're about as loud as Chris's neighbors think we are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My bad, by the way.
That's about as loud as this shirt is.
Yeah.
I say you look silly, and I'm in full chainmail right now.
Well, I think I look good, and I think you look fucking ridiculous, and I bet that's really hot right now.
Yeah,
so-
but a sword could penetrate you so easily. And
Yeah, but I'd be fine because... no, we
Would
live
you
in
be fine?
America.
It's a
No,
sword.
We live in America,
It's
and
a
our
sword.
healthcare is
nope.
not the best.
Yeah, it would not. You would not be fine. You'd be far from fine. Me, on the other hand,
I'd be fucking
stop
lit.
right there. It would stop right there.
Stop right there.
It would-
Boink.
Boink.
That's what your chainmail says.
Yep.
It would be
Stop
like
right there.
It would be like that scene in the Mines of Moria in Fellowship of the Ring where that troll hits Frodo on the shoulder and he's just fine.
Yeah, he's all right.
He's fine.
No broken collarbone
Just-
or anything.
oh, the armor.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, man, it spells.
Also defies gravity. Chainmail does.
and has the
Yep.
power of flight.
Yeah. Chainmail said nope. You know?
So shirt.
I love it.
That's
Good shirt,
great.
man.
Thank you.
Chris, what have you been watching?
Only thing I watched this week, I actually rewatched A Ghost Story for like the fourth or fifth time, whatever number it is.
About to cover a David Lowery film.
Exactly.
Makes sense you would watch A Ghost Story.
Yep, I had to refresh my memory on that one. I still have not seen All Them Body Saints or Ain't Them Body Saints, one of his first like breakout movie that was like really popular. But A Ghost Story is a perfect movie. I've talked about it before,
and I guess rewatchable.
Yeah, love it. And I love showing it to people and being like, check out this movie, because it's like, it's a solid 90. It's like low budget, very simple movie.
It's probably better to like introduce someone to that movie as opposed to like you've said before, like 2001 or like some of your other favorite movies.
Yeah, 2001 is not an easy date movie.
Well, it starts out with the 20 minutes of black, right?
Only 10 minutes.
Well, my bad.
Pump the brakes. It's only 10 minutes of just black and orchestral notes. All right.
Okay, what do you think is like a great date movie aside from Ghost Story? What do you think?
I already have an answer for this, and it's because you gave it to me, and it worked.
Go for it.
Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
That's a great movie.
Okay, that's solid. Yeah.
I would say, honestly, Drive.
Ooh, yes.
That's a good date
because
movie.
then you get to falsely download his personality onto you while they watch
And
it.
then
Like, aren't we vibing?
Yeah.
and then you just stare at them silently while you drive.
Just
Drive her home and just put on Kavinsky and just
course.
fucking vibe out.
also Nightcrawler.
Just vibing with a hard G. Just
Vibing.
Vibing.
I'm vibing. Like it just trails.
Cuts.
Yeah. What do you think of the movie? And just I'm vibing. That's weird.
With the fermata, just forever.
Yeah. People listening are like, I'm uncomfortable. Like that in their ears.
What about you, Chris?
What about me, dude?
What's a date movie?
A date movie? Gosh, off the top of my head. Yikes. That's tough. A Ghost Story, I think, is really good, actually. But you said aside from Ghost Story, so
Yeah, like you want to introduce them to some shit that you like, right?
Yeah,
And, like also have like a cool like, hey, I'm into interesting things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is my
it's
vibe.
a fine line
Yeah.
between being a pretentious like cinephile nerd and being like, hey, this is an enjoyable movie, and I can tell you I'm an alt indie boy.
Yeah.
Shouts to our favorite listener Caleb, who watched The Lighthouse for the first time with his girlfriend.
Yeah, that's
a watch.
That is a
That is rough.
That's
dude.
in the deep end. Dude.
Yeah.
Like you went to the deep end there.
So there are different. What do you call it? There's a scale to
Yeah.
It's a
this.
spectrum.
Yeah.
It's a spectrum. So
Yeah.
so Chris, any other thoughts?
No, I mean A24 fucking A Ghost Story, man. It's the best. Like The Lighthouse is like A27. You know what I mean? It's like that's up there.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so we're going in deep. But granted, that's one of those things though. If that person vibed with it, it's like, all right, that's good. But it's a risky thing because like some people can be brought to the deep end slowly.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
like if you go in like people that are used to summer fun, top down, smooth brain, chicken head, small 3-head shit.
Yeah. You don't want to blindfold him and kick him off the boat.
Exactly. You don't want to be like, hey, check out fucking a Serbian film or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like you're like, what?
but
Or-
like a good time, I feel like.
oh my
Sure.
god, yeah.
you know, like
yeah.
if you're trying to provide a vibe,
Good times stressful. I don't say that's a good one.
it's
Anything
not as stressful.
safty.
It's not as stressful as Uncut Gems. I feel
No.
like that's not a good date movie.
They're both pretty nonstop.
a good time. I don't know, man.
Nah.
All right.
Nah, man.
That's stress.
All right.
I think A Ghost Story is perfect because it deals with like romance and loss and art. It's still art and it's not really scary. It's like arty. It's
Yeah, I think Mortal
artsy.
Kombat 2 is good too.
All right. Annihilation.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, the one with whatever.
Anyways,
Anyways, that's all I've been watching.
all right, guys. I watched one Secretary with Maggie Gyllenhaal and James Spader, charisma god James Spader.
Nice.
I have to say this movie, it aged for sure. Definitely has like an early 2000s, late 90s vibe to it. It definitely still like it comes from there. But the performances are fucking dope. It's a really well told film. Not exactly what I expected. Have you guys heard of Secretary?
Yes.
No.
I know that it's supposed to be Maggie
Wait.
Gyllenhaal being very sexy, right?
It's not Maggie Gyllenhaal, is it?
It is Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
Never mind.
All right, so Maggie Gyllenhaal is like obviously she's secretary for James Spader, who is a lawyer, and she she has a history of self-harm, cuts herself, does a lot of things to hurt herself, whatever.
Sorry, when does it take place? Is it like present day for the time?
Yeah, in the 90s.
Okay.
Or early 2000s, whatever. And through the course of their relationship as boss secretary, she finds out that she is into S&M and like bondage and pain.
Ooh,
And
Cool stuff.
It's fucking awesome. A really artistic movie. You know what I mean? It's not for the faint of heart. Another one
Sounds
of those
good.
like vibey kind of movies. Like you kind of have to go in there with a, because it's weird. Like I feel like you could go in there and be like, this acting is all over the place. What the fuck is this? But it's like, no, they're chewing up the fucking scenery, and like maybe you just don't get it, dude. But James Spader is fucking so interesting to watch always.
Yeah.
Hell
it
yeah.
is interesting.
And then Maggie Gyllenhaal's performance is like unlike anything she's ever done, and that was like her
Interesting.
breakthrough role.
Damn.
It's a solid movie. That's on Showtime.
Okay.
Nice.
Showtime, Anytime, whatever the fucking app is. I also watched
Showtime, Anytime, Pro Max.
Exactly.
Plus.
I also rewatched Charlie's Angels.
Yeah.
A solid movie.
The first one is a solid fucking action flick, man. And this is coming after The Matrix. Mm-hmm. And, obviously, dude, there's so much tongue-in-cheek where it's like, oh, don't you hate fucking reboots of classic TV shows? Like, literally
Yeah.
the first scene, like, they're watching T.J. Hooker, the movie, on a plane.
Yeah.
Then they jump out of it. It's like, and it's so fucked up and so fun. And high recommend. Sam Rockwell is the villain.
Oh, I don't even remember him as the villain.
Fuck yeah.
Was
He's
it
a
was
great
Crispin
villain.
Glover in that one or the sequel?
Crispin Glover's in the first one.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
He may be in the second one. I
Yeah.
don't know that I watched the second one.
I like the
to be
creepy
honest.
hair guy.
Play like Thin Man
Crispin
or some
Glover.
shit like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. Bill Murray's hilarious.
Yeah.
And it's a vibe. It's a fun movie.
Now this is not Full Throttle. This is not
Nah.
Full Throttle.
Full throttle.
This is the one with the dirt bikes. You know what I'm talking about?
It was
Yeah.
the second or third one, right?
Well, the
Yeah.
worst.
That's the
scene.
second one. They jumped the shark hardcore. in that.
Yeah.
That movie
Literally,
sucks.
Demi Moore flies in the second
Yeah,
one.
that
dude.
movie sucks.
I remember there's a shot where they're dressed as nuns because they're like staking out like a fucking church or something, and they walk by and they had to CGI the robes they were wearing, so it looked so shitty. It was unbelievable.
There's a scene with the dirt bikes in Charlie's Angels Full Throttle that looks like it's probably some of the worst CGI I've ever seen.
Oh,
where it's like
utter
it's like
shit.
swear to God, like they mounted the it's like the cameras on sticks and they just filmed them on the green screen. And I swear to God, it's just like it looks like a 1950 VFX behind them, where they're just like, oh, they're looking behind them. And it's just like they're so clearly on a bike that's just
Stationary,
stationary.
yeah.
But like, it's funny because their performances are identical in the first one. Like they're the same characters.
Sure.
But bad effects, bad directing, bad filmmaking
Yep.
makes their performances look like dog shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But the first one is great.
That
dude.
holds up. I haven't seen it since I was like a
It
kid.
really does.
Wow.
Especially when you look at it through the lens of like, oh, this came out after The Matrix and they tried to like...
By the way, I like how everything is the barometer for VFX. Like after
Yeah.
1999, it's
Dude.
like, wait, The Matrix did this, and then
Yeah.
everything after that, everybody's like, oh shit, like everyone gets compared to The Matrix.
Instead of trying to like copy that and like try to be dark and serious, it's like, oh, how can we make this fun
Yeah.
and like make it look like 80s futuristic? Like, I don't know. It's fucking great.
Holds up.
Definitely. It's on Netflix.
Fun.
Good rewatch. And then obviously, we're about to talk about it. A film that we've waited for over a year
Yeah.
to like really see. We've been anxiously awaiting it for such a long time, and like the buildup has just been fucking just immense. Shouts to Disney's Jungle Cruise. I mean,
What the
wow, dude! Fucking shouts to that movie.
I thought you were gonna hit us with Black Knight,
What's that?
the Martin Lawrence movie.
Oh yeah, that one. No, dude, Disney's Jungle Cruise starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson,
Yeah.
Emily Blunt. Wow, what a thrill ride!
Just to clarify, that's on Premiere Access, right?
it is.
Disney
so
Plus?
you paid $30.
Oh no, I went to the theater.
okay.
But I booked my own theater to watch it.
Oh my God.
I paid the $250
Of course.
to watch Jungle Cruise by myself because my family didn't want to go with me.
That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know why, but
Carly didn't want to join you for The Jungle Cruise, starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
You know, not a lot of people know it's based off the Disney ride.
I was just about to ask.
Jungle Cruise.
So that's the lore.
Yeah,
is
the lore
the theme
is-
park ride.
The lore is a little electric car went through a few puddles.
Absolutely. Starring Quiet Place woman Emily Blunt, dude.
Fuck yeah.
And, The Rock's in it, too.
Oh, sure.
He's pretty cool.
Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne Johnson, Meat Castle Jones, as we call him in the biz. Shouts to that movie. Most anticipated film, I think, of this year.
For sure.
Pretty good.
It's fucking great, man.
Yeah, to get you warmed up for The Green Knight, one of the most...
Yeah.
The
There's a lot of green in that movie.
There is. It's in the jungle.
See? So thematically, it works.
Absolutely.
Premier access, I think, is one of the most offensive things Disney's doing. Like...
Yeah, tell Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
Am I right, fellas?
I just... Oh my... Okay, well, I could go on a full rant about this, but I don't
Do we
think I
talk
should.
about it? Do we talk about Scarlett Johansson suing Disney?
I mean, I don't know. Should we? I don't... you were promised 10 million, you only got 4. Sorry. I don't know.
I mean,
It's just
promises
so
are promises.
Yeah, it's contracts,
also-
but like...
Fuck Disney, dude.
Yeah, good luck getting like Disney's lawyers. Like, can you imagine though?
Yeah.
I guarantee you they made like an equation on a whiteboard that's like, guys, look, we can actually save more money by not giving her the 10 million and getting sued by her than
Probably.
paying it. They're
Probably.
like, guys, let's just do this
Yeah, probably.
and make her life a hell for like a year.
but like, I just...
She's going to get like threatening letters and stuff from like,
I don't know,
watch your
man.
back, hook.
She opens a letter and it's just a hand with a gun.
It's just like a little white glove, like with a gun in it, dude. I don't know, that thing that kind of rubs me the wrong way. One part of me is like, get your bag, like go for
Yeah.
it. Like if
You were promised something.
you're
Yes.
promised something, go get it.
It's in a contract. You have to honor that.
But then another part of me is like,
And they also ghosted her while she was trying to renegotiate her contract.
yeah, that's fucked. But that's another thing where it's like renegotiate. I don't know. So part of me is like, you should sue Disney because why not? Because Disney's $1 billion evil
Right.
corporation.
This whole
They
bit's a
get your money.
parody, by the way.
But also, part of me is like, hey, as an actor, you are like on a fluffy cloud of money
Right.
this whole time, and I'm not saying your job is easy, but I'm saying, you show up and you work on it for a few months, then the crew's there the whole year, the post-production houses are there the whole year, the VFX team on these huge Marvel movies are paying, like hundreds of VFX houses are trying to pump these movies out, long hours, painstakingly working on this movie. They don't get they work minimum wage. They work for pennies on the dollar, and they don't get a single percentage of the profits. And actors show up, they say a few lines, and they leave. And I'm not saying it's easy, but I am saying they got a fucking bougie job already, man. Like,
That's a true point. It's valid. But the fact is, it's the principle that they made a contract and they're not honoring it, and that's fucked up.
yeah, that's true.
True. And
That's true.
also, if you're Scarlett Johansson, you have to look like Scarlett Johansson all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
And I
basically
mean-
your job.
And one might argue, well, the reason the movie is successful is because Scarlett is in it. Like, as an actor or actress, you're the pull
Right.
Yeah.
to bring money, so you should get money back.
Right.
But I don't know, man. This is how I feel.
Do you think that Emma Stone is going to make the same argument for Cruella? They're saying that she's about to start suing as well.
Oh, shit.
I
Taking
don't know.
Legal action.
Well, Gerard Butler is also suing for
Gerard Butler. Is it Gerard Butler?
Yeah, Gamer Butler
Oh, fuck.
is suing for some other movie he was in.
Yeah.
Olympus Has Fallen or
Something
something.
with Olympus, probably.
Olympus, he saved a president movie.
He
whatever.
saved a president.
It's
We
like
bought a zoo, part 2. He saved a president.
he saved a president. The movie 5.
Family.
5 comes after the movie. He saved the president. The movie 5.
The escape clause.
So fuck it. I don't know. Sue the corporations.
Fuck them.
Fuck them. That's my opinion.
All right.
Can we talk about? Okay.
Nope, that's the gavel.
By the way,
Sorry,
that's
what?
the ending of The Green Knight.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
It literally ends with a ping.
It does.
Fuck yeah. So we're at the beginning of The Green Knight.
oh, it was
They had a shout out to us in the Green Knight,
right.
of course.
Well,
Did
because
they?
we are A24 boys.
A24
and
boys.
this didn't get pumped out till this week, so they heard about us, and it stands to reason
Yeah.
we influenced the Green Knight.
This chainmail's itchy, guys.
Safe to say.
I'm keeping it on.
Keep it.
It looks great.
Keeping it on. Don't tell me to take it off again.
All right.
Yeah, so Green Knight, guys, we've been waiting a year. And I want to say one thing before we get into this. A year ago, I was the Oak Cliff Film Festival in 2020 was shut down because of COVID, so they did it digital as a live stream, right? David Laurie hosted it. He kind of moderated like a Q&A at the end of the screenings of all the movies. And everyone was like, asking questions and blah, blah. And then at the end, they said, David, thank you so much for hosting this, but we've got one question for you. When is The Green Knight coming out? And he said this was in June of 2020. He's like, it's done. It's not up to me. We'll see, blah, blah, blah.
That would kill me.
And it was just like, at that point, we had seen one teaser trailer, which, by the way, was just fucking eye candy.
Exquisite.
Medieval folk tale eye candy.
Just like all of the visual languages that we like and it was perfect.
It was visual Latin.
I was like, this is going to be like the hero's journey, the Odyssey. This is Shadow of the Colossus, the movie. Right. Is like when I saw like that hand come over the mountain, and I was like,
the mist,
and like this is going to
show
be
me mist and trees,
bruh.
It's over.
What the fuck?
And a little splash of color with that mustard cape in the middle of a foggy forest, dude.
Oh fuck it!
Shut it down, man.
Dijon mustard cape.
For real, Roger Deakins just like, fuck yeah. Watching this movie, just like, consider that like clapped. It's like, but yeah, he this movie. I mean, broad strokes. Let's get this out of the way. The movie fucks. It's fantastic.
Dude, the most effective introduction of a movie in years for me. Like,
what do you mean?
The first shot of the movie is the fucking skylight in the castle or the chapel or whatever it is. Coming down as the crown levitates over his fucking head, dude.
The surrealism in this movie. Everything is
that's
told
the
with like
first fucking shot, dude.
and then his head bursts into flames, and it was like, welcome to the fucking mysticism, bro.
And they're like, you've heard of King Arthur, but this is not his song.
Yeah.
Just fucking it literally could have been the music could have been by Rivers of Nile.
Oh, dude.
Could have been the intro to a black metal song.
Oh, just
straight up.
Straight up.
Absolutely.
His head bursts into flames, and it's just like the Green Knight title starts.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
But not even just like that intro sequence, but like that plus everything up to and including where they make the promise to start the game, essentially.
Yes. The Christmas game.
The Christmas game. Woo! Dude, all of
could
that.
have been called the Christmas game, and I would have been like, okay.
Yeah, like I'm down.
Yeah.
But dude, that like I felt like I was like watching like Fellowship of the Ring again in the theater, where I'm just like mesmerized by everything.
But what I love so much about this was it was a medieval Lord of the Rings, all that vibe, right? It had mages, it had spells, and all that.
Arthurian legend.
Yes, but it wasn't like, it wasn't based in reality, if you get what I'm saying.
Sure.
Where it's like, obviously it's not reality because there's spells and mages, but like in Lord of the Rings, like someone casts a spell and you know that it was a spell or whatever, right?
Right.
People get resurrected.
Yeah, but in
There's
it's
no like mysticism. It's all just like it happens.
it's visual
magic.
metaphor.
Yes.
It's like
Yes.
the visual metaphors, dude.
Oh shit.
The visual
Very
metaphors.
well said.
Dude, fucking, like, for example, the very first shot. It's like, okay, his head's obviously not really bursting into flames.
Right.
This is just like, what is this signifying? But it's a mage, like, spellbound folklore, like, atmosphere and universe. And it's just like,
Give it to me.
it's
dude.
just unleashed, you know?
Yeah.
Where it's just like, David Laurie's just like, I'm going to fucking pan the camera 360 and it's going to reveal a skeleton as if he'd passed away. And then it's going to come around full 360 again to imply it was a nightmare.
Just like the puppet theater fucking wheel that was turning, and they used the same exact sound effect for whenever the camera's like.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Fucking coming.
That's fucking sick.
That's two-hand jerking it.
That's when your big brain and your big dick are both the same size.
That fucking like.
It's just five-heading, dude. Just five-heading this whole movie.
You could have cut my balls open and there wouldn't have been any cum left.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, it was just visual eye candy, the whole movie. It was just like 2 hours of art fest, like art film. Like, It was a 2-hour folklore art film. It was so fucking
expensive as fuck.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
With like
Put some money
yeah,
into this
some
bad boy.
bags in this movie.
but with like the classical
The
literature.
green bag.
Yeah.
For real. It was a green night, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh shit.
It was green, you know, the color is money.
And then the night without a K. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, dude. So that's the intro. Is that crown, by the way. The crown in and of itself.
Oh.
Like, let's talk about the branding leading up to the movie, because
Right.
that shit, whoever did the graphic design of the one sheets and all that.
I totally missed the mark on what this movie was gonna be when I first saw the poster or something like that.
Yeah.
I originally, because I just saw the crown, I just perceived it as like some sort of Mayan folktale because I saw like the sun.
The circle. Yeah. I got
I
you.
just love and the way, the shout out to the costume designer.
Oh, the costume design, set design, all of it. It just looks fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
I gotta shout her out. Malgozia Cherzanska. That might be a guy. I have no idea, but they killed it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And just like the crown is so iconic, like the way it's like rising behind their head, like it's just like, and okay, let me just get the plant kick out of the way, because we're
Okay.
going to just talk about the visual
And
language.
there's the mixer in the
RPG.
way.
And the mixer is also in the way, so I will try not to destroy the whole podcast when I do this. But the visual language of the Green Knight is undoubtedly and, of course, amazing. Whew. Get that right out the way.
That was a stressful kick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, he's gonna destroy
The whole
entire
podcast is falling
podcast.
apart.
Every chord bent in 90 degrees.
But so, by the way, we're talking about the intro to the movie. We learned there was a producer. We saw it we had a Q&A with the producers at the end of our screening, and they had a bunch of cool little Easter eggs for us. One of which was there's a shout out to Greek mythology at the very beginning of the movie, where the two people running out of the tower are actually Paris. Is a shout out to the Paris and Helen story.
I don't know that story.
I'm not familiar either.
The what story?
Paris and Helen.
I haven't heard it.
I don't
Helen
know.
or Hella?
Could be Hella.
I think it's Hella.
Okay. I'm not up on my Greek mythology, but apparently there's a ton of little Easter eggs like that in this
Well,
movie.
dude, King Arthur.
Yeah.
That is King Arthur.
Yeah.
Isn't
so-
the only like mythological like reference I really got was like I assume the sword that he pulled out at the beginning, the king pulled out, was Excalibur.
Yeah.
And then later on, when that woman has her skull in the little bog, like there's a Lady of the Lake in Arthurian mythology.
Yes.
Those are like the only two things I could catch.
Well, wasn't there was like a sorcerer fucking like, yeah, I want to say a sorcerer or mage or whatever you want to call it, that King Arthur was like delegating to? Was that Merlin?
Probably.
Yeah.
The guy with like the markings on his
Oh,
eyes?
you mean that
Yes.
guy was supposed to be Merlin himself in that?
Yeah.
Oh shit, that would be badass as fuck.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Hold on.
That's fucking sick. Out of all the mythologies, it's weird that I know like Arthurian like the least.
Really?
Like because I'm white. But I just find the other ones more fascinating. But this is the best execution of that style ever.
Merlin.
Fucking
yeah.
called that
Yeah.
shit.
Legendary
dude.
wizard.
And that,
Imagine
face
that on your
tats.
business card.
Merlin. Legendary wizard. He's the fucking SoundCloud Merlin. He's got face tats. He's got face tats and teardrops.
SoundCloud Merlin.
You love to see it.
That's awesome.
I love that interpretation. He's bard, prophet, and advisor to King Arthur. You love to see it, dude. When the Green Knight entered,
Yes.
and King Arthur went Merlin, and like
he tried to like read his mind or
Yeah,
something,
and
and
he
he's
casted some sort of spell, like to like scan the Green Knight or something.
couldn't do it.
Dude.
Couldn't
And it was all in the span of like 3 facial expressions.
Yeah.
and
yeah.
lighting.
Yeah.
Nothing-
Oh, dude, the
Oh.
lighting on that intro.
When it changed to red for a minute as he's casting his
Dude,
spell.
Just go off, David Laurie.
Dude,
come
and
on.
nothing needed to be said, and if you didn't catch it, go fuck yourself.
This
Yep.
is 5-head zone only. All right, 5 heads only.
A25 heads only. dude.
Yeah.
I love how we're like, if you didn't catch that he casted a spell right there, like it's not even,
Merlin the wizard.
yeah. When the camera zoomed in on him and the whole lighting changed and he rolled his eyes back and muttered some words, we're like, if you guys didn't know, like pretending that's a big brain moment.
Oh, well.
But I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
where it's
yeah.
like some people would be like, what's going on?
Dude, seriously, that is the. I feel like 99% of this audience wouldn't catch on to like that's probably Merlin, that's King Arthur.
Yeah.
And like
The lighting was making me come just straight up.
because it wasn't
Phenomenal.
said, they never said King King Arthur. They never
Yes.
said Excalibur. They never said Merlin. It's just implied.
Love
Which
it.
makes it even more like,
Bedder.
yeah.
More Bedder.
More better. This is the best. This is okay.
With 2 D's. Bedder. Movie is Bedder.
I will say this now is the archetype and the best visualization of a medieval folk lore ever done. It is the only way that
I mean, dude, imagine David Lowery decides to do King Arthur. Imagine he decides to do some other shit. You know what I
on
mean?
board.
Just let's go.
Just
Let's
give
go,
it to
dude.
me.
Like this universe has so much potential. Like I love that it's like Dungeons and Dragons the movie, and it could be opened up. Like there's so many. Like I'd watch a whole movie on the green. I mean. This
On
was about
Merlin, straight
on
up.
Merlin,
Right.
dude. Yeah, like Merlin's. He has like 5 minutes of screen time tops,
Maybe.
and he's a fucking whiz. Like, come on,
And he's Merlin.
He's Merlin, a legendary wizard.
It's
like
SoundCloud Merlin, dude.
Bruh.
SoundCloud Merlin. I want to see how he got the face tats.
Let's do it. Let's
Fucking-
see it.
Yeah,
Let's pitch it. Let's write
let's write this.
SoundCloud Merlin.
824 coming in hot right now. We're gonna do SoundCloud Merlin.
The Blue Mage.
yeah,
8 kilometer.
yeah.
Is like 8. You get it.
So-
Thanks.
So let's get back. Let's get back to the movie, shall we? Let's start breaking
I
it down.
guess so.
Fine.
Just perfectly executed visual surrealism is what I wrote down. Where it's just like every single frame in this movie, pause it, print it, put it in a fucking frame on my wall, man. I
Yeah.
just like
every frame is just
God.
art. It's art. This movie is fucking straight up art.
Yeah, and I love how he used each scene as like kind of
Like a
vessels.
chapter.
Yeah, well, the chapters were cool. Like usually, I'm kind of not into graphics and titles on the screen because it takes me out of it as an editor. I'm like, oh, I see a timeline when you do that. to me.
Sure.
I don't get engrossed in a story. I when I see a graphic like a font on screen, like even if it's something as like the next day, I'm just like I see the storytelling curtain gets taken
you think
back.
that editing can take care of any sort of like timeline issues, right?
Most of the
good
time.
editing can.
Most of the time, or voiceover, or if
Right.
it like
There's always a smarter way to portray that than just words.
yes, it's such exposition. It seems like afterthought.
Totally.
And sometimes it's and in this it's an art. It's just straight up artful though. It's not exposition because in this it's like it's just separating chapters. Like
It's in keeping with the theme.
yeah, it didn't have to.
Right.
Like
Is
it was just like
Gawain is his name?
I always pronounced it Gawain, but based on
Gawain, you're right.
based on this movie, they say like Gowan or whatever.
Dude, whenever they do his title card, like Lord Gawain?
sir.
Whatever
Gawain-
you want to say.
Whatever, Gawain. And like his title cards are all different and they like you have to catch on.
Yeah.
Those are cool. It just flashed through different like fonts.
Go, dude.
Yeah, just like what is happening? Like I loved like
By anonymous. Shit like that.
Yes.
yes, and it was the original poem is unknown.
Yeah.
It's based on a poem, like a very long like poem, which like if you look it up and try to read, it's just like what is that?
It's like Old English. You're
Yeah.
like, I can't even
it's fucking Sumerian.
Only 5 heads could be like, I can make a movie out of this.
Yeah, yeah,
need
basically.
to go to college to read a poem.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and this is, you know, a lot of people. There were some people like, oh, he's being faithful to the poem, to the story. But like the thing is, the poem in itself has to be interpreted.
is
Right.
it like
so-
partly incomplete, like Beowulf or something?
I don't know. It's like it's a language that like it was translated.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's
Right.
like
Shit.
So
I
it's
don't know.
not exact from the beginning,
not
basically.
exactly from the very beginning. It's not exact, and this is a visual interpretation. It said a visual interpretation of the
Yeah.
famous poem by Anonymous, where it's just like, let's go. Dude.
But everything about everything about that I fucking love.
Sitting
Yeah.
next to Chris in the movie, you just hear, let's go, dude.
I just picture like a big wide shot of the audience, like after like there's a bunch of people lit by the screen, and you just see me just like, let's go, dude.
Let's fucking go, man.
Let's fucking go.
There was one point in this movie where I was like started shaking my head out of just pure like fuck.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
Was
for
it-
real.
Was it the first fucking tree stomp of the Green Knight where
my
the whole
God.
theater rumbles?
Oh, the whole dude, and the wide shot of when the doors fly open and he's silhouetted. Yeah, immediate, just fucking, just and the makeup and he just comes in. He just, what does he fucking say? He just, oh well, first of all,
He just hands a note.
he's summoned.
My shit unplugged. Can
He's
you get me?
summoned by his mom, which we'll get back to. His mom basically casted like this green spell and summoned the Green Knight. like is what it seemed like, right?
She definitely.
She wrote
I don't recall that
verbatim.
at all,
she
actually.
constructed the Christmas game for sure.
Yeah, she put on a blindfold, and her and
Okay.
remember they were all in a circle doing some witchcraft.
Gotcha.
And then she was writing exactly what he said.
Fuck.
And then
Fuck.
yeah, and then she casted the note into the sky, which by the way it started floating and burst into flames.
Like it was being held by nothingness.
Oh, and then it shows, and then he bursts through the door, and then the
Had
note
the
comes
same
down.
letter.
Oh my shit.
Yeah,
God.
The way it snapped open.
Oh
dude,
yeah,
that
the
cra-
seal.
ASMR, dude.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
And then the queen is reading in.
she's possessed.
Yes,
Literally possessed by magic, reading the Green Knight's
bruh.
the rules of the game.
This is why we can't read Harry Potter in elementary school.
Dude, yeah, and oh, dude,
The weirdest Christmas game ever, dude.
Yes.
White elephant, fuck you.
But
this is the Christmas game.
guess what? There's a new best Christmas movie in town.
Oh.
It's The fucking Green Knight.
Of course. This is top tier Christmas movie. Better than Die Hard. Better than Home Alone.
Yep.
The Home Alone saga, if you will.
The franchise.
It is The Green Knight is my Christmas movie, for
dude,
sure.
yeah, this is in the same
like,
realm of
unironically-
Die Hard. Like were you guys just saying
Yes,
this?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I
No,
tuned
it's
out for a
fine.
second. Yeah, it is like the not Christmas movie now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This is going to hit hard come December, dude.
Oh,
This movie's going to hit real hard.
Dude,
real hard.
dude.
I can't wait for it to be slightly foggy and for it to smell like winter while I watch this.
I can't wait for
You just
all
light a fucking Bath and Body Works candle that says
Yeah.
Christmas tree on it.
Christmas.
Hold a
tree.
long white candle just by your hand. Just,
Just watching the Green
Yeah.
Knight in the dark with the singular white candle.
As it fucking melts onto your skin.
yeah. And just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
Yes.
but yeah, they like the way he enters and like his lore is just alluded to by the fact that they can't scan him and they don't know what's going
yeah.
on.
Right.
He's of the earth, I guess.
Yeah.
And the sound effects of him walking,
Dude.
even
It sounds like
any
a-
movement.
Like the tree
The,
ants.
the tree noises. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
and
like the Ents. Yeah.
what
from
if
Lord
like
of the
what
Rings.
if like after all of that he gets in, he the door bursts open, the mage tries to scan him, the music is swelling, he like the tree and the noises are croaking as he enters the center room, and then it's just dead silence, and then the music swells up, and then there's silence, and he just goes,
Hey guys.
Who wants to play a little game?
So Green Knight, what's this game about, dude?
So, if anybody wants to take this axe and just, I don't know, cut my fucking head off,
He's the ultimate sub. Just cut my fucking head off.
oopsie, did I fall on my knees and present the nape of my neck?
Am I being a little shitty witty boy with my decapitated head?
It'd be a shame if somebody picked up this axe and just right off my head. Then in 1 year, I will get to come and trade a blow for blow.
1 year hence.
1 year hence. By the way,
shout out to
Thanks to Green Knight for coming on the show. We really appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Shout out to Ralph Innocent, who played the Green Knight.
Fuck
Fucking,
yeah.
Oh,
a previous
villain face
witch-
McDeepy boy, right?
Yeah, gravel voice, McDeepy face vocals.
It's a rock smoothie every morning.
He,
Rocks.
dude, his voice is fucking phenomenal. But yeah,
My man's drinks black tar.
yeah.
Just
Yeah.
a black tar concoction, man.
Everybody else has green smoothies. He has black smoothies.
Oh, for sure.
Just knives.
Just knives.
He drinks knives.
He's like, I want you to.
He's like, what's up? I'm a knife. And then just-
But that fucking scene, he presented his game. Comes in and says, if somebody can land a blow on me, I'll come back and trade this blow.
and
a year from now.
as soon as Guy Wayne approaches him, and he just goes,
come for it. Let's go, dude.
What if
Give it to me, dude.
What if that's what he said? I'm how do you say it?
Guy Wayne?
I'm like, so you want me to just take this act? Like, I don't know. I feel kind of weird now that you're just kind of wanting this.
No, it's cool, man.
So this is not a trick?
No, not really. But 1 year hence, you'll kind of get it, dude.
So I don't know. I feel a little. This doesn't feel right. Like this.
Maybe
something
you should
is
just sort
awry
of
here.
tap him so that when he does that, he just,
No. Cut my clean head off. That's what I'm looking for to present the game to you that you'll understand a little ways from now.
But I don't know. The vibes of this room have changed. I feel like I feel a lot of pressure from everybody watching right now
Listen.
to do this.
do it.
Listen, you fucking prince motherfucker.
I'm not a prince yet, but I'm working.
I'm
towards
not a
it.
knight.
I'm not a knight yet.
I mean, we'll see. But first, just cut my fucking head off. It's not a big deal.
Just come on, fucking what the fuck?
Just cut it off. It's fine.
You're gonna be fine. Like
This
I don't
really
understand.
feels like a trick.
This really. I'm not.
No, it's a game, dude.
Okay. Well, I guess everybody remember what happened here today. Fucking.
Fucking dumb shit.
Oh no!
What if his head just
Can't
laughed?
believe you actually.
Can't believe you cut my fucking head off, you dumb fuck.
I told you I would do the exact same thing.
He's like riding away from the castle, like you fuck.
Just
You dumb bitch.
Yeah. Shout out to Green Knight,
Shouts to the Green Knight.
dude. And the shot of him riding away, laughing while holding his head.
Oh,
Dude,
Bruh.
it's like the game is afoot. Like, oh, so fucking phenomenal, dude. Like,
that's a long fucking game. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that whole from the intro to that moment where he's riding off is the most like engrossing like the outset to a film in forever.
dude, I totally agree. I think that was my favorite scene of the movie.
Yeah.
like the hesitation and like the
Where he's like, "What is this? Like, what is happening?"
and all
like,
the small details of like
yeah.
the lighting from above, first of all, and then just like the way he dies. There's red blood, which was like, oh, I didn't expect that.
right, and then
And then he starts to get up and just pick up his own head. And
well,
hold,
first
like,
he like fertilizes this like the stone in there.
Dude, I fucking love whenever he like drops the axe and it creates foliage around it.
yeah.
Just
Yeah. It's just this guy's just Father Nature.
Yeah.
Just
creating
going around.
foliage and then also a stain in my underwear.
Yeah. So he rides off and 1 year hence, blah blah, and they start clapping. They're like, "Yay, that was a good show."
We'll sing about this.
Yeah,
Don't
like-
worry about a year from now, by the way, but
What-
we'll sing.
Yeah. Like what a tale.
Yeah, and then they
he's got
tell the
his story.
tales and they have the puppets and like
He becomes a legend.
then
Yeah.
the next title card is like a too quick year.
Yeah.
And he's just like, fuck.
Yeah, and he's getting drunk.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
of
he's
course
just
he
like,
would.
fuck it.
Then, long story short, he has to prepare himself to leave.
Yeah.
With Alicia Vikander also, who I didn't know was in this fucking movie because I
Same.
didn't watch
Either.
the trailers.
We, by the way, for the record, we blacked out since we saw the first trailer last year.
Yes.
Oh,
Since
yeah.
the first trailer, we were like, we're seeing this. This is going to be a masterpiece. We don't want to see any more frames.
And more importantly, this is an episode. All right, guys, that's the most important part of this whole thing.
Most importantly,
Just to all out there, more important than anything is the fact that we're doing an episode on it. All right.
yeah. So
I'm just kidding.
I'm just kidding.
I'm
I'm
just
just
sorry.
kidding. Nothing really matters.
I hope no one takes me seriously in this shirt.
I'm in full chain now.
That's a good point. Yeah.
And someone's like, "Oh, this movie podcast would take this very seriously." Like, what are you?
Like, what do you
do
suck
you-
my fuck?
Yeah, we're not here
I
trying,
did this. I made fun of myself for you. Like, fuck you.
we're not trying to fucking analyze this movie, are we?
Well, we are.
No, like I mean like get
We're not
into
big braining it.
Yeah.
I mean, there people want to, but I think it's very simple.
It really is.
For the most part,
I
yeah.
think it's a hero's journey and about him questioning honor and like greatness. Like he's like, I'm good, but what does it mean to be great? And he's like, everybody wants greatness for him, and everybody wants to touch his face and screw.
did you catch on to the well, okay, so like in Arthurian legend, the 5-pointed star
Yeah.
has different values that a knight must possess.
Yes.
As they
Oh, like chivalry, virtue, or whatever.
it is
Chivalry, kindness.
generosity, courtesy, chastity, chivalry, and piety.
Chastity and chivalry. Come on, ladies. You gotta pick one. Come on.
So, but those elements are prominent in each like
He was
challenge.
He was tested in all of those. Friendship with the fox.
Yep.
Fucking yeah. Anyways,
And when he nutted in the belt,
Yeah, that was chivalry.
that was
a kindness. Yeah. What?
coming in the rag, that was kindness.
Oh, absolutely.
100%. But no, the kindness was the peasant in the field. Like, spare me.
A kindness.
I mean,
Yeah.
it literally was called a kindness.
Right.
So
Right.
it was like that
and then
chapter.
he got fucked for it.
Yeah. Well.
What is piety though?
I think it's like reverence for like your culture.
Alexa, what does the word piety mean?
As a noun, party is usually defined
God damn
as
it.
a social gathering
Stupid.
as of invited
Alexa,
guests at a
stop.
private.
Alexa, what does it mean to be pious?
Do you think
The
you're better than me?
adjective pious can have a few meanings. 1. Having or showing a dutiful spirit of reverence for God or an earnest wish to fulfill religious obligations.
And he doesn't even go
2.
to church in the first.
Characterized
Exactly,
by a
he fails that one right off the bat.
concern with virtue
All right,
or
Alexa,
religious
shut up.
devotion.
That's great.
Sanctimonious.
You've
Alexa,
served
stop.
your purpose.
She's like 1 year hence.
But another, sorry, real quick, during when this is the most like out of my head I got during the movie was when it showed the townspeople watching the minstrel show with the puppets.
Yeah.
And I actually had the thought, I was like, I can't believe they thought this was entertainment. And then I had like a wide shot of the theater I was sitting in, just like 1,000 years from now, people are going to be like, wow, they didn't put on VR suits and live out the lives of their favorite heroes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like-
Straight
right.
up.
Yeah.
You weren't Batman?
Yeah.
Yeah. You had to watch Batman? That's weird.
Sounds
Fucking
lame.
weird.
That reminds me, though, I wanted to talk about, speaking of the puppet show, it reminded me of something. By the way, some of the puppet scenes were filmed in Fort Worth, which is kind of cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, David Laurie is a Dallas native. But anyways, the very opening scene with the goose fighting the goat. Like that
made me laugh.
Yeah, like I want a movie of just like the A24 animals. Like,
Totally.
like kind of like Homeward Bound.
The first cow.
But they're like the
Black
matronly,
Phillip,
yeah.
First cow, Black Phillip, the fox, the goose from the beginning of this
the
one.
lamb.
The lamb. I wanted Homeward Bound with all those motherfuckers.
Oh, absolutely.
And it would just be the weirdest
The
fucking
dead
movie.
bird from Hereditary is like, oh fuck.
the bird that gets whopped in Lighthouse.
Oh shit!
Pop, pop, pop.
like, why?
That bird is in it.
Yeah.
All of them. Let's make the animals of A24.
That's what the A24 is. It's Animals 24. They're,
Yeah,
They're
that's
killing 24 animals and then they can stop making movies.
But anyways, so back. Let's get back to the movie. We got to get going on this.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to say globally, one of the things at the end of it, I think I'd hyped it up so much in my head. Honestly, at the end, I was like, I felt a little disappointed, but I think I misinterpreted that disappointment for it being over.
Totally.
Like I was
Right.
like, I had to hype this up for a year. I'd
Yeah.
been waiting for this movie. So then when I finally am like day of theater moment, going in, getting there early, getting my popcorn, getting my shit, making sure I've peed recently.
Yeah.
Like all that. I've checked all the boxes.
You've
you know?
dehydrated yourself before you got to the theater.
Yeah. So I'm just like, okay, now I'm like, this is it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then it was over, and I think all of the dopamine just went, we're gone now. Like, there's no more serotonin left. And I was
Right.
like, meh. Like, I was a little like disappointed. And then as I sat with the movie the next few days, I was like, God, it's a fucking masterpiece. I loved it.
Yeah.
But where I angled that disappointment right off the bat, I was like, why didn't I like it? I loved it, but I was like, I wish
Why were you disappointed by it?
why
ending.
did I feel let down? And I landed on, I wish there was more adventure and puzzles. When I first saw it, I was like, I wanted more action. But then I was like, I was like, it's not like I wanted sword fights. I wanted like Zelda mind game puzzle
Totally.
labyrinth stuff, right?
Yeah.
Right,
And there was
right.
a few of those things, like with Saint Winifred, like in that mind game of her live head in the skull and like the ghosts, and like he kept on stumbling into these challenges,
Right.
And there was only a few of those, and I feel like there was a very solid 30-45 minutes of the movie that was Dev versus the elements. It was like wet Dev. Like Dev is wet and cold, the movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, I still loved it. It was beautiful, but it was
Right.
like him cross country.
That's not what you expect out of a quest movie. Like,
Exactly.
This is supposed to
Sure.
be a quest. This is supposed to be the Odyssey, like you were saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
where-
he's almost alone the entire movie.
Yeah.
and
it was
also,
mostly seduction. and
Where
stuff.
are the challenges? Where are the hurdles?
Yes.
exactly. It's more so just him like getting to a place and all the things that get in the way.
Mm-hmm.
But it's obviously more of like a theoretical theoretical challenges.
They were presented more obtusely than just
Yes.
like, this is what it is.
Exactly.
Like at the end of like the Harry Potter one, when it's like there's a chess fight and
It's
then
a literal chess game.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there were challenges, but like you said, they were broader, and they weren't like, you need to defeat this, you need to solve this puzzle, you need to overcome this aspect of your character, your hero's journey.
Yeah, no one ever said this is a challenge.
Yeah, well, Saint Winifred is one of the only ones, I think, which is chivalry. I think
Right.
it was the only ones he actually accomplishes and gets out and wins. The rest of them he kind of fails. The Saint Winifred challenge
Well,
was like,
he fucks up too at the beginning though when he asks like, "What will I get in return?" And she's like, "What the
Oh,
fuck?"
dude, I love
Exactly.
that.
Why would you ask me?
Why would
Why would you
she-
ask me that?
She straight up goes, "Why would you ask me that?" But also, like when she floated towards him,
Yeah.
I love he was like,
He's like trying to touch her face. He's
Yeah.
like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, yeah.
I love that, like
Yeah.
the little tongue in cheek, like comic relief they did.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
There are funny moments in this movie.
Yeah, yeah.
And like now 2 showings, I had to watch it twice because small brain had to figure this out.
Mm-hmm.
But there are parts where it's like, oh, people are laughing throughout this movie,
Mm-hmm.
and it's implied or it's intended. You know what I mean? Because I think I was thinking at first, like the first showing that we watched, it was a packed Texas theater. That's like 300. fucking
Shout out
people.
to Texas Theater, by the way.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Best theater in Dallas,
And
officially, like on magazines and shit.
oh yeah,
Like they literally are.
They literally
Like,
won it, so
from TTAM ourselves, dude. Like
Yeah.
we're calling it.
calling it best. It is a cinephiles movie theater.
Our top shit is Texas theater.
Yeah, if you are a film lover and you live in Texas or you live in Dallas and you don't go to Texas theater, you're wrong. Film lovers, it's a film lovers theater. It's phenomenal.
Anyways, I forgot what we were talking about.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
You were talking about people were laughing.
Yeah, but it's funny.
It is.
It's funny.
It has, and those little moments are necessary so that sometimes you're like, is this movie taking itself too seriously? And then it's like, it's not. It's like, I don't know.
It presents itself as just an interpretation for
Yeah.
the modern age.
Even in the title cards,
Exactly.
a too quick year is a joke.
Yeah.
Yep.
People laughed at that.
You love to see it.
You love to see it.
You love to see it.
There's
Comedy.
isn't there a character? Fuck, I just watched it like a couple hours ago, but I feel like there was a character whose like narrative place in the story was almost like autobiographical for David Lowery in the sense that she was like writing like her different interpretation of something. I'll have to rewatch it, but
I think David Lowery deals with some of these similar.
where people
Aspect-
critique him for that.
No, what I was gonna say is this movie seems a bit autobiographical in theme. Where I notice this is a common thread between. I may be trying to fucking film school this right now, but it's a common theme between.
Get your hat at TooManyMovies.com.
Yep.
Film school hat.
Film school.
We need to make this. What I was trying to say, in A Ghost Story, there's this big monologue from this insufferable nihilist guy at a party, and he's talking about why do we even create anything? We all want to exist forever. Like, what's good? What's great? Like, we're all just making this thing so hopefully someone doesn't stop uttering our name. And it's like we're all striving to do this thing. That theme to me is present in A Ghost Story, and I think that was David Lowery kind of
Totally.
projecting. Like, I'm making movies to be
be
immortal,
remembered.
to be immortal and be remembered. Yeah. And then in this, that same theme is brought about where it's like, what's legend? What's wrong with being just average and good?
Right.
Where it's like, no, but I want to be great.
Crafting your own legend.
Yeah, I want to be a lord. I want to be a knight. Whatever it is. I feel like those two very different movies, but I
Right.
feel like the through line between I think what attracted him to those stories or what to write those stories was that. Just my theory, but I
agree,
I'll
yeah.
take my film school hat off now, but that is a present theme in this whole movie, and also masculinity of like, do I need to be this big noble stoic knight? He's like, I just want to drink and fuck. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to
Right.
do all this like.
Well,
Hard work.
That's
Yeah.
that's kind of like the through line of it too. Is that like goodness versus greatness?
Mm-hmm.
And like you can be good, you could be courteous and generous, and you can be all of the things that the 5-pointed star requests that knights be, without being a great person. Like
Right.
you don't have to have a tail necessarily.
And you can also wear a fedora and be a piece of shit, just like every fedora wearer.
Yeah, it's true.
There you go.
So let's get back to the movie. I don't know. We can just jump around, but I was gonna jump to one of my notes was there's a blindfold, like in the beginning, his mother. Now we need to talk about his mother. In the some interpretations of the poem, that character is his half sister who is jealous of
Guinevere.
Gwen, yeah, to that he's taken the throne.
Who's half sister?
Huh?
Who's half sister?
Arthur's?
No.
Or
Sorry.
wait, what?
I'm confusing myself
The
now.
the mother is King Arthur's half sister.
Okay.
And that's like kind of always been the through line.
Okay.
The part that's kind of like interpreted is whether or not she's good or evil.
Yes.
She is a witch,
Yes.
so that can go either way. But I feel
Practitioner
like
of magic.
the witches in this aren't necessarily bad though. Like they're not.
Yeah, they're just
evil
kind of
witches.
doing their thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like even whenever
Well-
we're what's her name, Saint Winifred says, or whenever he asks Saint Winifred, like, "Are you a spirit or a real person?" She's like, "What's the difference?
Yeah. I was
Are-
like,
are you-
Yeah.
Are you real or are you a spirit?"
yeah.
And it's like, yeah, like they're not evil. They're not trying to. She's like, she just needs help. She
Yeah.
literally can't reach her head, so he needs to help her and be chivalrous. I don't, and I get that feeling about his mom too. But you were saying about the blindfold.
The blindfold, she used the blindfold in the beginning to practice magic and summon the Green Knight. And then later in the movie, we see another woman with a blindfold in the house. And a lot of people think like, oh, that person is either just completely different and is also a witch, or that's his mother watching on him.
That's what I
during the
thought.
journey.
They were like communicating via the blindfolded magic or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I think
She's
it's
a
pretty
vi-
obvious that whole house is a spell or illusion.
Yeah, and I think that woman is a vessel for his mom, especially because she like touches his face,
Yeah.
just like his mom did before he left.
Good point. Big
And
brain.
There's that, and then also
Everybody touches his face.
the fact that that the witch, his mom, probably made the queen or like the temptress, the seductress,
Yeah.
look exactly like
Yes.
the
His
woman
girlfriend.
he loves.
Yeah, his peasant girlfriend.
Also, the man of the house, when he finally leaves that place, he goes, "By the way, when you on your way back, we won't be here."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's-
It's just like, oh, this whole thing is an illusion.
yeah.
And apparently, okay, so I saw fucking 2 YouTube videos on this all, but
So you're an expert.
yeah, clearly, but the guy that Joel Edgerton plays is supposed to be the Green Knight.
What do you mean?
Like he is.
So whenever Saint Winifred says the Green Knight is someone you know,
Sure.
and there are interpretations of the story where the king of that castle or whatever he is, the lord of that
Okay.
castle,
Sounds right.
is just disguising himself and is the Green Knight.
Oh, okay. He's like the checkpoint before the.
Yes,
I will watch
Interesting.
it with that in mind again.
That's interesting, but that's another thing.
But that's an interpretation that could, it could have entirely been different because I don't really see it. I don't see it in this interpretation of the film that he is the Green Knight. But it's been that way in several incarnations of the
yeah,
story.
it didn't feel that. I didn't feel that in this movie, but
Same.
it's one of those things where it's like you could argue it.
Yeah.
If you watch this movie, you could be like, yeah, it's one of those things that leaves it open, and that's yeah, we always love that.
The peasant woman that he had the relationship in the beginning with, was that at ever any point like a test for him? Like when he came back?
Oh, absolutely.
And
Because
then-
like she even says like, will you make me your lady?
Yeah.
And, whatever.
Oh, that was so sad too.
That was so sad. And
That
then
was so sad.
He literally
comes-
like danced around it. He's like, "What do you?" If
He
you
literally said nothing, and she was like, "Yes, I'd love to make you."
Yeah.
That was so
heartbreaking. for sure.
heartbreaking because it was like she was being so like cheeky and funny about it, and then like you saw
cheeky
this,
little cunt.
yeah, you saw the sadness like fall on her. Like, after that,
And then she even offers, like, even after that, she offers a token of, like, hey, remember me, remember home while you're on your journey.
Yeah.
And he does.
Yeah.
But, like, he can't say that. He even comes back after his long journey. And what we see, his vision of coming home is that, like, he falls into her arms, essentially.
Yeah.
And has a baby with her. And then, as the king now, he must strip the baby away from
the peasant woman.
from the peasant woman and just leave her be. Like,
Yep.
just fucking coins on the bed. Like, here you
so
go.
fucked. Yeah,
So fucked.
Matt Gates shit.
yeah. But we'll get to the ending back at the end. We'll get to the ending at the end. He said. So, but another interpretation of the mother. Some people think the Green Knight is the mom. And,
Well,
you know, you
it's
could
her
argue-
concoction. It's
Right.
her construct for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Yeah, and the two things you were saying earlier I want to touch on, the good and evil aspect. One is like, oh, I'm sending my son on this journey to teach him a lesson, to prepare him for being a king.
Yes.
That was like probably my interpretation. That's the one I
course.
subscribe to. But the bad one is interesting. Like she was sending him off to be killed because she was jealous that he was going to take the throne.
Nah,
Which
I
is
don't-
like, it is a different interpretation of the poem, but
definitely I could see that being. That's not this film though.
I agree.
Right,
I
yeah.
agree.
She's just trying to make him a man
I agree.
and send him on his quest. And like, even at the beginning where it's like, to tell us, King Arthur is asking him, tell us your tale. And he's like, I don't have one.
Yeah.
And then the queen's like, not yet.
Yeah.
So she's constructing his
Well, the
path.
queen didn't construct.
No, I'm saying his mother
Right.
is giving him his tale.
Exactly, yeah.
Without actually like putting him in harm's way because she gives him the belt. But if he chooses not to wear the belt, that's where he gains his lore, his legacy, his legend.
It's like sending someone into an RPG with a cheat code, like God mode.
Totally.
It's
Yeah.
like, what's the point?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you beat Dark Souls on God mode? Fuck you.
You bought your World of Warcraft account on eBay and it was max level. Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good job, Right, Josh? You can relate.
yeah.
I mean,
That's like playing Madden 2004 with Michael Vick.
yep.
Yeah,
It's
dude,
like
totally.
It's like NFL Blitz with Bo Jackson. I was about to say Burnham.
But yeah, so let's get to I just want to talk about the use of light in general. Like
Man.
the colors.
The light
Man.
clapping
They
in this movie.
The light has been clapped in this movie. Like
Oh,
the
for
way
sure.
I like how they were just unhinged in that front, where it's like, let's go colors for
Yeah.
this, and let's let red imply this. Like there was some red in like there was yellow when he got closer to the Green
Yes.
Knight's chapel. Also, everything gets more and more green and saturated as he gets closer to the chapel.
I
If you didn't
love
notice,
that.
fucking
I also love the idea that the position of the Green Knight is not good or evil. He merely is nature, which is not good or evil.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's just
Exactly.
omniscient.
It's just
Dude, honestly though, my favorite use of light in this movie is, again, when we're talking about it, like how it wasn't implied, the names are not used, but when he wields Excalibur, and then like like it's a dark fucking cavernous chapel that they're in, but like the second he picks it up and like the fucking like it's like blown out almost because of how fucking glistening Excalibur is. Oh shit.
and that's all you get.
Yeah.
You don't need someone going, wow, that's Excalibur.
whoa. What is
No.
that?
Whoa, what is that sword? It's a legendary Excalibur.
The king's like, here, have this. He just wields it.
So sick.
Just a beam of
Yeah.
light. And like the fact that like even as it, dude, when he's holding it, like,
Yeah.
like he almost forgets that there's this fucking Green Knight in front of him, this tree human being.
There's two legends in the same room.
And
He's
he's
like,
just-
fuck, what do I...
He's just looking at Excalibur, like genuinely, like holy fucking shit.
You know
man.
what's sick
It's like
is-
a religious experience.
Yeah, I think and another cool aspect of that whole thing was how the legends misinterpreted what happened. Did you notice that? Like everyone that told the tale
Right.
told
The
him
telephone game.
the telephone game of like, oh, he chopped off the Green Knight's head with his own axe.
Right.
Yeah.
And somebody did. He used Excalibur, and nobody talked. And like he gave the bloody sword back to him, and the guy was like King Arthur was like, "You done fucked up, dude." But like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Even the king, whenever he like the Green Knight is decapitated, the king's face is just like, oh fuck. man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
You're in for it now, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could have just gave him a good old a good old Dexter and called
Yeah.
it a day.
That's so. But that's the arrogance.
Yeah.
Is part of
Right.
that whole lesson. Like
Yeah.
the hubris to be like, well, fine, I'll chop your whole ass head off. Love it.
This movie's so good, dude.
Dude,
Fucking-
it's
yeah.
fucking amazing.
It's so hard not to be like, yeah, I like the part when they would use the movie.
Hey guys, the Green Knight was dope.
Yeah.
So I want to get back to
The Knight was dope.
yeah. I want to get back to the house with like that spell illusion. That what is it called? The hunting lodge or the hunting cabin or whatever.
With Winifred or the family?
The family.
I'm not
Family.
sure.
Family.
Oh fuck, I can't find.
Your family.
The blindfolded woman. So obviously the there's some witchcraft.
She just couldn't
involved,
see.
right?
That's it.
Let's get to the seduction scene. The witch, like it was such a witch. Like that was so witchy.
Yeah.
And grown hot, if I'm gonna say, but
Do
like,
that always.
Do
It
that
sounds great.
Every
that.
time, go for that tactic.
Hey, wake me up with that every day, please.
anytime. But I think that was part of the challenge with that house when the guy said, "Hey,
Hey,
anything,
you're not a fucking king. Oh God.
anything you take from this house, you have to give back or whatever."
Right.
And then he was just like, "Well."
Take my nut.
The guy's like, I want it back. Like later on.
My G nut, dude.
My nut.
The G stands for green.
The green nut.
Oh no.
Fuck yeah.
We can't do it.
We can't do it.
The green nut.
That's
Guys,
the
guys.
DMT. That's the DMT for the record.
For the real listeners, you know
For
that
the real listeners.
it's the green nut.
The green nut.
With a fucking K? That's even harder than a G, dude.
No, dude. Nut with the K. Knut. Anyways,
Oh my god! I
yeah.
think it kind of has to be that.
the
now.
green nut.
The green
We can't call our episode the green nut.
with a K.
With a
It's
K.
fine.
It
Oh,
makes
okay.
sense.
Yeah. We can't do that. We can't have the title of our episode be a cum joke.
Oh fuck!
It's great though. Shout out to
We've
that.
done it like 13 times.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh my
Okay.
god!
It's
Green
all right.
Knut with the K.
So let's get to that scene. Basically, and this was met with laughter in my theater. Basically, she wakes him up. It's like, oh, but you wanted to come to my chambers. Why didn't you? All this stuff, and starts talking him up.
He's
and
like,
jerking him
nuh-uh.
off. Yeah.
No, I didn't.
What? No.
What? No.
And so yeah, like she basically seduces him and jerks him off, and he fucking knuts into
green Knuts all over his
Horde.
his belt.
His
Is it
belt.
enchanted belt.
yeah, and and she immediately goes, "You're not a knight," and he has like the run of shame out of a castle.
He's just like,
yeah, we've
imagine that feeling though.
yeah,
Just you're not a knight right after that, and you're like,
right,
what?
right after you.
The good old cock of shame, dude.
Yeah.
Just has to run out of the building like,
We've all been there, right? We've all been there. We nut and have to run out of a castle because you're not a knight.
It's like the opposite.
The run of shame.
Do you remember the Lancelot scene? I think it was Lancelot from Holy Grail, where it's like an entire castle of virgin maidens. Like, please, you have to stay. And he's like, no, I'm a knight. I have to go.
Yeah,
Made me. I
his
remember.
sword is just like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I remember watching that when I was like 12 or 13 and being like, you're stupid. Like, I didn't get that it was the joke was he's not fucking these hot women. And I was like, why aren't you fucking them?
But yeah, so yeah, he fucking bails and he's like, oh, this whole house is a sham. Like this is a trap. He's running.
It's a
that's
trap.
the lie.
Yeah. After allegedly his mom is in the corner of the room watching him
Nut.
Watching him knut into his into
But
the
she had the
magic
blindfold
rag.
on. She was being courteous.
Right.
Oh sure.
As all mothers do when you cannot.
Yeah. But yeah, I so badly wanted that blind woman to like walk into a wall. So like
Dude, I was expecting that so
after
hard.
she like touches Dev's face and like, oh yes, you're welcome. And then she
Walks out of a window.
walks out of and just fucking right into the side of a wall.
Yeah. Made out of stone.
Yeah, or just out a window and just it just flies out.
It's like a complicated castle with doors to nowhere, and she just walks out.
Oh, fuck. And, dude, Joel Edgerton, man.
Yeah,
Excellent.
Fucking crazy cameo,
great.
dude.
Great, yeah.
Unexpected.
What did you guys interpret with the kiss? Is it just kind of like everyone is kind of like homoerotic with him?
I think they
Okay.
just want a piece of his legend, and they just want to say they touched him or they were part of his life.
they just
maybe?
romanticize
Yeah.
him. In a way.
In the poem, another thing I learned from the 2 YouTube videos I watched is that the exchange to be coy, I guess, like because he asked him like, please exchange whatever I'll bring you my hunt, and then you give me whatever the castle gives you.
Yes.
And whenever he's gifted a book, he is given a kiss, or he has to kiss. Anyways, the fucking story goes. Sorry, I'm trailing off. I'm losing.
He got a book. I remember that.
Yeah.
I'm losing my own train of thought. essentially, he refuses to make love to the seductress and kisses her in return. So then he has to kiss.
Yeah, he kissed her on the cheek.
Okay. Okay.
He has to kiss him back because that's what he was given.
What if he was like, "All right, hey man, you can't leave without little give me a little peck. I know you kissed her."
That's how we leave Chris's house every time, honestly.
Yeah. And then he's like, "That's all you did, right? You just gave her a little kiss?"
Yep, that's all. I didn't know.
You didn't nothing else.
What's on your belt, dude?
Nothing. That's glue. It's Elmer's glue.
I mean, we can watch it real quick if you want.
No.
Come back in the house real
Use
quick?
cold water, by the way. But no. Also, did she not invent photography?
Yeah.
What was that?
Oh, that was insane. That
I
was
love
awesome.
that. The photosensitive paint.
And then at the end of the fucking vision that he had, it turns green, dude.
Yeah, phenomenal. Well, there's another aspect of the photography or that photo. It's like people used to believe that your
Green
soul.
Knight on the show right now, dude.
Yeah. But people would interpret that photos used to capture your soul.
Does the fact that it's inverted mean anything, or is that just
Upside
part
down?
of photography? Yeah, upside down.
To me, it just implied like an evil capture of some kind because photography, I don't know, but lights usually did have to bounce off a series of mirrors, so sometimes things would come in upside down like that, and you just flip them over like the photo or whatever.
They're like, it's ruined.
Oh, this photo didn't work. We got to figure out how to flip this thing over. But yeah, people used to, believe capturing a photo captures your soul, and so that I feel like that might be an interpretation of that scene in a way. They were trying to maybe capture
Get a piece of him for themselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's all I interpreted from that scene. But it was a great scene, regardless. It could just be as simple as a photo being taken or a portrait, but whatever.
Just that beam of light as she uncovers the window or whatever, and
foreshadowed by the very first shot of the film. By the way,
dude, fucking
film school.
Fuck. Film school.
Check it.
5 head.
This is a neat movie, dude.
Great movie.
Fucking neat.
So let's get to the finale, shall we?
There's so much that we're glossing over, but
the Giants.
Oh, dude, yeah.
The Giants, which, by the way, people were like, he took some liberties. It's like, fuck you. Of course he did. It's a movie. And
also,
it's
fantasy.
They're in the fucking book. The poem.
There is a short throwaway line about giants, apparently, in the poem. But he took that and went, hey, there's giants.
But again with fucking utilizing sound effects and everything, dude, the fucking big old shot where the fucking camera starts doing one of those things and then
turned upside down.
It's using the fucking sound effect of the wheel turning from the puppet show.
Oh,
God
fuck
damn it.
I didn't notice it. That's so sick.
Again, dude.
Love
they
it.
utilize that sound.
I love that. And then the fact that another cool fun fact is
you give me a landscape upside down, dude. Come in.
Give me a callback. I'm calling you back. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, the Giants, by the way, a fun fact we learned from the producers, there was a cool little aspect that there's an actual conversation about why they were naked. It was like, well, let's say
they don't make
giants.
pants for giants.
Yeah, that's literally it. That was it. It was like let's assume giants existed in this time, right? How are they going to be clothed? There's no actual way they can be clothed. In that time, you can't make any textiles.
They rip off a football field and drape it over themselves.
Yeah, so they're naked. And that was it. And I loved that, where it was just they don't have fucking chainmail or.
They were born this way, guys.
Yeah, exactly. But that shot of the hand coming over, unfucking believable, man. Unfucking
and
believable.
the fox, no.
Yes.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Well, that was one interpretation of that was another failed challenge. He was like, hey, can you give me a ride? And the fox was like, fuck that. Don't give him a ride. He needs to do this on his own.
That
was one
Oh,
interpretation
that's
of
awesome.
I can't wait to watch this 7 more times.
Yeah, yeah, for real. I gotta need to go see it again for
Also,
sure.
one thing that we learned in our Q&A session that David Lowery played the fox.
Neato.
He used the voice of the fox, yeah. Which was
Fucking
crazy
M. Night Shyamalan over here.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah. Fuck M. Night Shyamalan, I'll say it. Fuck,
all right.
Fuck director cameos unless it's tasteful like that. I don't,
I didn't know it
Unless
until you told me.
Unless it's Silent Bob or a fox.
Yeah. 100%. I will say I thought it was a woman who voiced the fox, which was interesting, and I like because I thought it was the mom, kind of watching him on his
guiding,
journey. Because the one time the fox isn't with him is when he's in the house, and then that's the way the blindfolded woman is.
Yeah.
Film school, guys.
Dude, film
you guys
school.
should consider going sometime to film school.
Can you repeat the first part of this little theory that you had?
So the one time that the fox is not with Dev is when he gets to the house.
What about before he meets the fox?
The fox is the mother
Okay. All right.
watching over him.
I saw another theory that people believe that the fox is Saint Winifred because of the red hair, and she's.
What does
looking
she
over.
have to do with all this, though? Why does she have like?
Because he did something for her, and now she's like watching over him.
But the
fox was already with him before he met Winifred.
yeah,
But I guess that wouldn't negate her helping,
guess
but it
not.
still sort of is.
Doesn't it first appear when he gets to the house, though?
I think right before.
right before is what I thought.
So like outside.
I saw her for this. I saw the fox for the second time at St. Winifred's house. I thought.
Okay. All right.
I thought when he got like he
You know
saw the
what?
fox almost immediately after leaving.
But he
like
does
on the journey out.
He does
chapter.
pop up from the water, and then the fox is there.
True.
But that's the thing. The fox is open to interpretation.
You love to see it.
You love to see it.
You love to see it. You know.
Yeah.
Chalk it up to write your own story. Like,
Yeah.
like that's the beauty. That's the beauty of like good films is they can be expanded upon and interpreted, and like we can have these debates and like I think this is this and this is this.
Right.
He didn't say that is that person, and
Right.
he didn't say that is like there's no explicit.
He's like, think about it, fucking loser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. But anyways, so yeah, we get to he journeys out to the Green Chapel, and as he finds it, I want to say.
Also, how the fuck are you gonna find that green chapel? It's so tiny.
Everything's a forest at that time. What do you? I'll just walk.
Well, I thought like one of the first lines the peasants had at the beginning when he's like, "Hey, do you know where the Green Chapel is?" and he was like, "You're in it." I thought he just meant the forest is the Green Chapel.
Chapel. The world is the green chapel.
Yeah, like the Mother Nature
Right,
is the nature is the Green Chapel is what I thought, but
Like it
obviously-
will appear before
Yeah.
you whenever you're ready. Sort
Yeah.
of.
By the way, that there was one line from that assumingly dumb kid that tricks him. That's like throwing arrows at the battlefield or whatever.
Shouts to that kid from Dunkirk.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
But one of his lines is just like regarding nature. He says, "Yeah, they're all with nature now, getting sucked in and hugged tight by Mother Nature." I was just like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
so sick.
dude.
And it's also foreshadowing Alicia Vikander's speech at the end, like closer to the end, where she's talking about how like green always takes over.
Mhm. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the end.
But yeah, let's get to the Green Chapel. One
Green
of my
Chapel.
favorite details, and it's very subtle. was
We're
the
Green
fact-
Chapel, and this is do. Sorry, that's
an
it.
inside
No one will
joke.
get that joke.
No one will get that joke because it's an inside joke. They get to the Green. He gets to the Green Chapel, and one of my favorite details about the finale of this movie is that it's not like he walked up and was like, "Hi, I'm here." It was just like, "I have to wait a full day for you to wake up."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just adds to the mysticism of him.
Yep.
Where it's like,
And like even in the middle of the night, the Green Knight goes.
yeah. Yeah. He's hitting a hard Nini, dude.
Oh, the hardest.
He's hitting a big old fucking
Green Nini.
the
dude.
green Nini,
Yeah.
man. He's hitting the green Nini
with K's.
yeah, that's a good one. But yeah, he's and I love how you're like, is he gonna wake up? And you just see the little white glisten
Those little
of the
dots.
eye, the little white dots, and then he's like, oh hi, then immediate back to green Nini.
Then he wakes back up in the morning. It's been, obviously it's been about 8-10 hours.
Do you
something
think that
like
was a test
Absolutely.
Test of patience.
of either patience and
Patience,
and
virtue.
honor?
Yes.
Like
yeah,
to
probably.
not attack
Yeah,
him or
because he
something?
could have just.
I guess.
Absolutely.
But then again, I mean, he's immortal, so it's like, what's the point of getting an early hit?
He wasn't even sure if he believed in the magic, though.
That's true.
There was a question someone said, I think when she gave him the belt, or the rag, or the whatever, was like, do you believe in magic? Somebody asked him that. Like, are you a...
Yeah, that was the Enchantress or the
The one in the the seductress in the lodge, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Do you believe in magic? He's like, yeah, dude, my mom's a witch.
yeah. But I to me it implied like magic in itself in this universe isn't believed in by everybody.
Well, it's just like science, you know?
Right.
Yeah, so true.
The occult.
Yeah. So, anyways, he wakes up. The challenge is afoot. We get to the finale of the movie.
The literal game is afoot.
And,
Yeah.
And then he's like, no.
Yeah, he's like, flinch, and then which I loved. You're just like, this is, and
It's such a real.
and
yeah.
I think he asked what the whole audience was thinking. I think that line was written for the
As
audience.
the audience,
Yeah.
Of just like, is this all there is? And then he was like,
What else would there be?
What? Yeah,
like, and he's just like, I don't know. Are we gonna maybe a musical number?
Yeah.
Can we just be cool now? Like,
Can we just
Right.
like play some?
I wanted
some,
him,
some
I wanted
Gwent?
him to like be the audience like for real and be like, well, I could cut your head off because you're, the Green Knight and I'm like a dude
Yeah.
and I won't survive if you cut my head off, you know what I'm saying? And the Green Knight's like,
Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. That wouldn't be very cool of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of cheating in this game of yours. Like, you can cut off my head, and I don't come back.
Well, you didn't say this like a year ago, dude. I've been like, you've been edging me for an entire year.
Well, look, I've had a year to prepare, and it doesn't matter because even a year, 100 years, it wouldn't matter. All right, it's a long edging.
You're asking what else is there, and you just saw a talking fox and giants and this.
But I want to cut your fucking head off, man. Be cool about
I want to
it.
cut the fucking head off.
I really just think this game is just you just want to cut people's heads off at this point.
Yeah, it's neato.
But just why wait? Like you do, like it's very inefficient the way you do this.
Well,
It's
I
like a
mean,
full year. Do you what?
but I am the Green Knight. I am of the Earth, and time is not the same to me as it is to you. So it's been like, I don't know,
Is that why?
3 or 4 hours.
Okay, so is that why you took a fucking 2-day nap and I've been waiting for you to wake the fuck up?
Sometimes you gotta take a big green meanie.
Or whatever, dude. Anyways, chop off my head now. But yeah, I love that. Let's get to just like let's break down the finale scene, right? So he's like, okay, I'm ready, right?
right.
And then cut to him scurrying away in fear, flinching, scurrying away in fear. Cut to the next 20 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
Is like a, you think you're still just watching
Right.
the movie.
Yeah.
It's long enough
It
to
faked
convince
me
you.
out, yeah.
It's long enough to convince you that this is the story.
Yeah.
He fled. Time has passed. He's a legend. Everyone in town is wearing yellow to commemorate him, but it's mocking him because
Yeah.
he knows he lives in shame and it's all a lie.
Like we were talking about, dude, you're the color yellow. You're a
Oh shit!
fucking coward, dude.
Exactly.
The
exactly.
color of cowardice.
Oh,
Bruh,
that
I
there's
did
probably
not
some
catch
symbolism
that
there.
shit.
Film school, baby, go to it.
Let's fucking.
Go to it.
I love that.
Don't enroll. Just show up.
That's what the shirt
Please
should
just
say.
clip
Film
that.
school,
Film
go to.
school, go to it.
That's what the shirt should say. Film school, go to it.
I love it.
And the hat just says film school.
We need to have film school, like Too Many Movies film school merch, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Needs to be something.
Right.
All right, so that'll happen eventually. But so he runs away in fear. We see a whole 20-minute sequence of what his life is now. He's becoming king. He betrayed his peasant lover and made her birth his child. The child grows up and dies in war. He sees all this. He sees the fall of his kingdom. The finale of it is him
Getting
inside,
like besieged, right?
besieged in his tower with the last few people holding the door, and another 360 camera
of the intro, right?
of the intro.
The same room as where the game begins.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same room, but it's another 360 shot where it's panning around, following people, and then it comes back to him. All the people have left his side, and he succumbs to the game, and finally stands up and takes off the comrag,
And
the magic comrag.
Yeah.
and it's like he's pulling it out like it's intestines, dude.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a part of him at this point.
Yeah, because it's a hole in his like armor.
Yes.
And he starts pulling it out like it's entrails, dude.
Yeah, and now, and the fact that he had put it under under his chainmail,
Like he had
implies so
custom
much.
made armor because he could not go without that ever.
Yeah, and,
Like-
and another part of the
Yeah,
the-
we don't fuck without the belt, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Another
When we
thing,
when-
the belt stays on.
The
during
belt stays
sex.
on, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like a psychological thing where he's like, I can't nut without the belt. That's what I thought. It was kind of funny where he's like, I'm not taking this off. Like,
Oh no way.
But then so he pulls it out, and his head falls to the ground, and you're like, holy fuck, what a fucking movie.
And I love that it wasn't like anybody chopping his head off. It's like his head just naturally fucking falls off,
dude. And then we smash cut right back to the chapel.
And I was
wait. And then the Green Knight's like,
What now? What? Can we just chop your head off? I got more contestants in this game. There's another round table. I got a 5 o'clock. Like, dude, we gotta get your head chopped. We gotta get your head chopped, bro.
and he's just like, hold on one second. And he takes off the rag. What if he just like took it off and was just like, he just rang it out. He's like, okay, now you can chop my head off. And
He's like, oh, you nasty.
You know, I'm good, actually. We don't need to chop your head off. You're kind of... I don't really want to play this game with you anymore. Like, you kind of fucked the game up, dude. That's not how this is supposed to go.
oh, did you not like? Was this not part of the game? Me drinking the
God,
this off
stop
my
it.
rag?
Stop it. Oh, no, stop.
What?
Please.
I'm being virtuistic.
Oh,
That was supposed to be a
dude.
test, and
It's honorable, right?
No, I can't do this. I can't do this.
But yeah, so basically, he takes off his cum rag to. It's the
He's like,
culmination
I'm
of-
here for it. Let's go.
Yeah, fucking chop off my head, dude.
And then just a fucking
Yeah, the green.
a grin from the Jolly Green Knight, and he's like,
Off with your head.
Yep. What if that was the Green Knight? Is like if that's how the movie ended.
the Green Knight.
The green. It's like somebody is like yelling
it.
it.
It is gravel face, dude.
Yeah, it's relevant. He's like,
Green Knight, directed by David Laurie. He just keeps saying shit like that.
What the fuck is up, Northern England? Last chance to dance.
he starts reading the credits.
In his Green Knight voice, he's just doing the credits. Yeah,
yeah, he's
exactly.
like cast in order of appearance. He's just like everybody's like, what is going on?
Casting director. He's
Yeah.
fucking going off.
Oh, dude. But I think that the grin and the off. He's like, and he says, "Well played" or "Well done" to Dev,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
he's like, "And now, off with your head." And the movie ends. And some people,
There's a couple different interpretations of how it can go.
I already hate what you're about to say.
and I'm not saying
If
it
there's
as
any,
me.
if there's any other interpretation than the right one, they can fuck off. Of
Yeah.
course.
The right one, of course, being he went, "Oh, I learned my lesson. I'm going to be a good king." And I went home, and this was all my hero's journey. And
This
I'm
was the
completing
game.
it. And I'm completing it. This was the game, exactly. And yeah, so he won it. Like he
So what
learned
is
his
the
lesson.
other dumb shit interpretation?
The
Chris?
other dumb shit interpretation is that the Green Knight taught him a lesson, and he still chopped off his head. By saying "off with your head," he still just chopped off his head.
And that is what you do when you're a 3-head dumb shit non-film school motherfucker.
Film school.
go to it.
Love it.
Love it. You love to see it. But
We
that
did
was
have a little like film school bell. Ring,
like a
It's like
a
end
cla-
of-
class
yeah.
is adjourned.
Yeah.
yeah. Like after someone goes on a film school rant, they'd be like,
Yes.
"Class is adjourned." They'd be like,
Class is out.
All right, film school's over.
Nice.
All right.
Totally.
It's one of those things where we say, "Yeah, let's pull that. We'll forget it
No,
tomorrow."
yeah, absolutely.
Anyways, hey, shout out to the Discord. If remind us if we don't do that.
Please. Or find it for us. That'd be neat.
We'll find it. It's on YouTube. We can just rip something. Anyways, anything else on the Green Knight besides obviously this is a phenomenal fucking movie.
It's fucking dope.
It
I
is
just
perfect.
nutted the whole way through.
The green-
Just
Alex, any final thoughts?
As-
off with your head then. That's it.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
Oh, that's not it. That's what I meant.
Fucking phenomenal.
All right, guys. Is it time for... Is it motherfucking cinema with Marty Scorsese, boys? We must determine whether or not this film is cinema. Lightning round, Alex.
Yes, easily, duh.
Chris.
Yes, 100%.
Yes.
This is cinema in its purest form.
It is most definitely cinema. So now, the most important part of all, is this movie 4 motherfucking 3 material?
Do you even need to ask, bro?
Right.
Does it belong in 4-3? Alex?
I can't think of a movie more suited for it.
I will say that putting the film into a 4:3 aspect ratio preserves the creative vision of David Laurie and the Green Knight. So yes, this film does belong in 4:3. Phenomenal filmmaking.
1000% 4-3 for me!
Let's go.
The only true reaction. Ah!
If a film is 4-3, we get the good old French champagne. All right, boys. Possibly the hardest DMT of all. Since we can't do the best DMT we've ever come up with, the green nut.
Sorry.
Let's do DMT.
I've got the blue balls.
All right.
Because that was me before I watched this. That's
Fair
it.
enough.
Yeah.
All right.
What about you?
I have the green guy and the yellow fella. All right.
That's good. That's good.
All I want for Christmas is your fucking head
Yeah.
Nice.
and sleigh ride.
Nice.
But it's sleigh.
Slay. Like Slayer.
Okay.
Because it's Christmas, it's a sleigh
Okay.
ride.
There should be a Christmas-themed Slayer cover band where it's spelled Slayer.
Oh, shit.
Boom. Another business
Raining
idea.
snow
Alive.
I've got a couple business ideas, by the way. I
from a
wanna run.
lacerated snowman.
Yeah.
Nice. Slayer references. All right, so my DMTs are not great. D&D the movie, Dev versus Father Nature, Dev is wet, and touch Dev's face.
Dev is wet.
Yeah.
All right.
We're going to go with the green guy and the yellow
He
fella.
was. He was
Thank
wet like the whole movie.
for-
Yeah.
Thank you for listening.
So
The green guy.
The green guy.
The green guy and the yellow fella.
one thing I wanted to say, fun fact: the idea for adapting the Green Knight came to David Laurie while he was setting up a diorama of Willow action figures in his backyard.
Holy shit.
That's cool.
FYI.
Like Willow the TV show.
I don't know.
That's some nerdy shit.
I don't know what that is.
But good for you, David
Fuck yeah.
Laurie.
Yeah.
Come on the show. We'll suck your dick right here.
Never
Yeah.
happened. Live dick sucking.
He's like, I'm never going there.
Yeah. He's like, I'm married. What are you doing? So yeah.
I'm like, you're not a knight.
He's like, stop it. Stop it.
1 year hence, David.
Ah, shit.
Sorry.
Sorry,
We're
David.
not creepy. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
It's jokes, man.
Just jokes.
We wouldn't do that without your consent.
Alex, you got some business ideas before we get out of here?
Yeah, I've got a competitive show like The Amazing Race, but it's called Upping the Ante. It's you have to carry your ant up a mountain. It's pretty simple. I've got a reality show where people live in a house and get voted out every week, but the people voted out get to live in the walls of the house like Parasite and haunt everybody still in there.
Oh, that's actually a really good idea.
Thank you.
What's it called?
I don't have a name. I've got
Balls to the walls.
Parents,
That's a good one.
Thank you. You're fired.
There's Cerebral Poly. I don't know what that. I don't know what that is. In Poor Taste, a sitcom where the ghost of a food critic and a canceled comedian move in together.
Nice.
All right.
That's great.
That's all I got.
That's pretty smart. All right.
Thanks.
Fantastic.
Thank you, Alex. Do we do box office for...
You know, these are jokes, but they're really good ideas.
Thank you.
Yeah, what's up?
box office for Green Knight?
Let's do it. Budget for Green Knight, right?
Yeah.
This is expensive.
I'll kick us off, man. I think this was about $35 million.
I don't think we're gonna find it, but I'm gonna go. $50 million to make this movie.
Ooh,
Damn it. All right, I'll go 42.5 million.
damn.
Alexa, what was the budget for the movie The Green Knight?
Here's something I found on the web.
Great.
According to Goliath.com, the film grossed $55 million worldwide against a budget of $7 million.
Budget was $7 million.
Is it talking about Green Knight, though?
I don't think it's
know.
talking about the Green Knight.
This on Wikipedia, it says, hold on, it says anywhere between 6 and 25 million. Sorry, no, 9 and 22 million.
So I was closest. Congrats to me!
So I won then, eh?
David Laurie almost quit filmmaking before the Green Knight release. It was a very existential year.
Damn.
Well, dude, after not fucking idiot, not Annihilation. What was the one that he did right before this? He did one that was like not critically successful.
Old Man and the Gun.
I don't know what he did.
Perhaps.
Alexa, what are some David Laurie movies?
I know about 58 David Laurie movies, including A Ghost
What?
Story, Pete's Dragon, The Old Man and the Gun, Upstream Color, Ain't Them Body Saints, and 53 more.
Dude, Mans is doing Peter Pan now.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Gonna go get that Disney
Yeah, I mean, you got to do that if they offer it, but God, Peter Pan.
Yeah, before this, he did a couple like shorts. And
I feel like in his hands, Peter Pan will be dope.
But it's in his hands, but it's also not in his hands because it's Disney. You know what I mean? Like, he still has to conform to what they're going to want visually.
Of course. I think it'll still be cool. I'll watch the fuck out of it.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it, but like, Peter Pan was never like my favorite Disney movie or anything.
I mean, I'm going to watch Jungle Cruise.
That's a good point. You did watch that willingly for $30.
It's neato.
Idiot. The Old Man and the Gun was what he did before this.
Okay. Was it critically, or was it?
It was okay.
It sounds like a Clint
It's-
Eastwood movie.
It's a movie about a guy that robs banks.
Isn't it Robert Redford?
Yes, correct.
Fuck yeah.
It was pretty good. It's a fun little movie.
Fuck! It's my favorite Robert Redford line of all time.
Just fuck.
Fuck.
What if that's the script? What if that's the script for the movie? There's like 10 pages of blank and
Dude,
It literally is.
It literally is.
Yeah.
love it.
That's the movie All Is Lost. Fucking great movie. If you don't see it, but his only line in that movie is "fuck."
Love it.
Tremendous movie.
Shall we wrap this up? Anything else, guys? We do actor game? I don't think we can.
No.
Nah, not really. Thank you for listening to There Are Too Many Movies. Go check out The Green Knight, obviously. If you listen to this and haven't
Watch
seen it,
it.
fuck you. We have a Patreon that I forgot to mention at the beginning of the show, but if you donate $5 a month, you get access to a bunch of memes, our Discord, bonus content, bonus episodes. So support the show. We'd love to get your support.
And you get to talk to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting. Tell a friend about us. And off with your head.
Then.
Later, toads.
Beat.